Good morning everyone, welcome to another episode of The Hunt for Bronze. This morning, river bass session. We got the kayak baby, we got the river. Let's do it. Now, this morning's episode was meant to have good mate Roop on the channel. Well, we haven't really met before, but mate Roop of mine. But mixed up weekend, so it's a solo session today. We've got a few lures tied on, Buzzbait, Walker, plastic stick bait, and we are very excited to go. If you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're like 125 people off 2,000 subscribers, and we're going to hit it by the end of the year with your guys' help. So if you're not subscribed, please do, free to do. Unsubscribe if you don't like what I do. If you enjoy it, please do, just give that little subscribe button a click. Anyway, we're going to go straight to it. I'm keen, I love river bassing. Woo! So, one of the things I like to do with a Walker, the dog lure, or any top water except a Buzzbait for bass, is play around with the retrieve, you see what works. But the first one I'll always do, because it's the one that normally works, is a walk anywhere between, you know, kind of 50 centimeters to 2 meters, depending on where the strike zone is, whether you want it to sit in there longer or draw them out quick. But then a long pause, let the ripples disperse on the surface, and then walk again. And this is what I like using a mono leader when I'm fishing top waters for bass, or at least, you know, the floating top waters for bass, because I like to be able to just sit it there, just have it hang there for a little bit, just let them try to find it, especially early season when they're kind of a bit skittish on it. Oh, boil. We're gonna go to the white one. See if the old whitey boy brings him up. Actually like a white buzzbait, I think, more than a black one. And to be honest, it just comes down to when a fish or a frog or a lizard or a snake or a rat or whatever's chuffing across the surface, whatever this imitates, you're gonna see the white bottom there. Hopefully the sun's not too glary, but the white bottom of that buzzbait. They see that white bottom and it looks like it is the most realistic underside of a fish. So I actually prefer the lighter colours over the darker colours in Buzzbait. I also think it elicits a strike. They can see it from further away. Not saying that it's going to work every time. Sometimes I've had that black one get way more attention. Sometimes I've had the white one with the bass pattern on it, so they're like the natural green, get more attention. Still time and place, really. Oh, hit. Yep, there's a fish. Oh, Oh, put myself in a predicament there, didn't I? There we go. We're off that tree. We're off it. Oh, he's actually not bad either. He's not bad. He'll do. He'll do it indeed. Look at that. Bang that buzzbait. He's absolutely swallowed it too. Holy dooly, he wanted that. Whew. Alright, let's get a photo and get him on his way. Oh. We've turned around and we're going back over some water we've already fished. I saw a kayaker coming back up and fishing, so I thought I'd turn around and fish the water I've fished once, fish it again. One, because I know the areas now where there's going to be fish. Two, I know what I've fished in it, so I can mix it up, or I don't know, I can just work it out. But I really want to get the top of this system to myself, and by top I mean like the little bit where I started. I want that now, because it looked good, and I reckon it'd be the spot to be now that the day's progressed a little bit, because there's a lot of good overhanging branches and structures in there that now that there's some sun up, the fish will be pushed in under. Sometimes when the sun's, you know, down, the fish don't really know where they want to be, whereas once the sun's up, we can convince them where they want to be a predator from, and it makes it, you know, gives you an easier strike zone to work with. But we'll just mosey on up and through, and we'll just fish it as well as we can. I did have a hit. I did just have a hit. Just had a little hit on the jig. I'm slowing it down. I've downsized. I'm going to probably put the swim bait on the buzzbait rod. I've had nothing come up and have a look at that for a while, so it's almost end of the road for that, I reckon. Yep, on. Oh no! He got off. Well, we've certainly slowed down on the bite today, but started to get a few nibs on the jig, so we're going to throw the jig around, slow it all the way down as we fish back to the car, and we'll see what the time is. We might jet to another spot and give another spot a go. Oh, the only thing. Yep, there we go. Cool. Really cool. Little tiny jig, little tiny bass. First one. How cool is that? Yep, there we go. Woo. It's a bit better. Look how fat that bass is. He is a fatty. Not a big bass, but holy fat. How cool is that? Oh, see you, dude. Yep, there we go. Awesome. Awesome. Hey, on that jig bite. Thought I had a hit in there. Bang. Only a little fella, but hey. When we're eating those things, it's all good fun. Well, I hope no one saw how much of a schmozzle that just was. But we're in a new spot. We're going to fish a couple of pools. That's it. It's the heat of the day, but we're going to throw the jig in. Hope for the best. Yeah, we're just going to work this heavy shade and call it. Opportunity while I've got a bit of good bank that I'm fishing to kind of explain what I'm doing. I started the morning obviously with the buzzbait, and that's just a burn, retrieve. That's a good way to cover a lot of water and find active fish. But what I swapped to a few hours ago now was a jig. I went to the jig option just so I could really slow down, because I was fishing too quick once the sun came up, and almost immediately I had a few hits on it, so I knew it was a good option. And all I'm doing is just letting it hit the bottom, giving it a couple of jabs of the rod tip to hop it up, let it sink back down. Nothing overly fancy. Probably fishing heavier than people would. I've got 16-pound leader on, but that's just so when I throw these in behind timber and all the fishier fish structures, I can not only get my lure back, but also get the fish out, not leave it in them. People often fish pretty light for bass, which is all well and good because they, you know, puts a bit of sport in it. But sometimes when you're fishing like bigger lures like the buzzbait or something with a bit of weight in it like a jig, going up a few pounds in your leader, although it may affect your bite, but not normally. Look, if you're not leaving lures in fish that are big, you're doing a good job. It's just my humble opinion, obviously, but I have an issue with leaving lures in fish, so I fish a bit heavier, especially in the rivers, because you got the I guess you got the leniency to do so, because they're not normally too leader shy, and if they are, you just change your leader as you fish. Yep. Oh. Bugger. Oh, damn it. Damn. Yep, there it is. That's actually not a bad one. The hook set on him. Sick. That's actually a decent sized bass. Look at that. As you can see there, that little chunker. And he's eaten that jig. He ate it like 4 or 5 times. Just did not want to give up on it. And I set the hook hard on him. Set that hard that I'm probably going to need the pliers to get that out. Wow. Okay, now I see why jig fishing is addictive. That is such a cool fish. Let's let him go. Yep. He ate that off the top. That's a good fish. I can't believe he ate that off the top. That's a good fish. And he's absolutely engulfed it too. That's a good fish. Mid-to-high 30s. Nice. This angle's alright. I don't know how much you can see, but look at that. Absolutely engulfed that jig. Bit of surgery to get that one out, I think. Yeah, bit of surgery. Get the pliers in. Boom. Little fat bit of bass. How bloody good. See you, mate. Off the top. Waft it off the top. Yep, there it is, there it is. Oh no, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Not a bad fish, that's a pretty damn good fish. That's an excellent fish. Holy dooly, absolute pig. And there we have it, the last fish of the day. I'm calling it, I'm going home. I've had a good fun day. He absolutely belted that jig. He missed it once and I just persisted in there. I knew he'd come back because those jigs, if they don't get hooked, well, at least what's happened today is they've come back for more. So that is the last guy of this session. Good little release. Let's go back to the car. I'll wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I would put a link to the jig I was using, but I bought it in Japan and I have no idea what it is. All I know is it's a smaller style jig. I think it's like a 5/16 of an ounce, maybe a little bit heavier, just a touch though. It's not quite 1/4 of an ounce. It's kind of that in-between weird area. But I was throwing it on the ACM Bass Magnum spin. I prefer bait cast for jigs, but it's just the lighter jig, the spinning rod works really well, and it let me skip in to a few of those hard places, which resulted in 2 of my better fish actually. Oh yeah, and this morning, the old Buzzbait bite on the MTB Buzz. One of my favorite lures for bass. Actually, it's probably my #1 favorite lure for bass. just because of the way you fish it and how aggressive fish hit it. So yeah, that was just burnt on the ACM Immortal. Great rod for it. I say it all the time how good of a rod it is for it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you've enjoyed this episode today, please give us a like, subscribe to the channel. It's all free. Until next time, guys, go out fishing, enjoy yourselves. We out. Woo!